guys, welcome back to Main Street Living. Danielle, Cheryl, the effects of climate change are showing up all around the country and all around the world. In fact, in some places that means superstorms and floods, and in the Southwestern United States, it has meant drought.
Yes, the new studies show that the current mega drought is the worst drought the region has experienced in more than 1,000 years, making every drop of water even more precious.
Yes, I had the opportunity through a Water Desk grant from the University of Colorado Boulder Center for Environmental Journalism to dive deeper into the water crisis that is impacting Las Vegas and the entire Southwest. Take a look.
Water is the lifeblood that built this community. People first settled here in Las Vegas because there were springs. Las Vegas means the meadow in Spanish.
As the climate continues to change, so does the landscape of not only Las Vegas, but also much of the western United States. In August 2021, in the midst of the longest sustained drought along the Colorado River, the Bureau of Reclamation declared the first ever water shortage along the Colorado River. As the drought continues to impact the West, the Southern Nevada Water Authority and the city of Las Vegas, the home of America's biggest adult playground, are keeping a close eye on the local water supply.
Lake Mead is the reservoir for the lower basin for the states of Arizona, Nevada, California, and Mexico, and 90% of our water comes from the Colorado River. The other 10%, we have groundwater wells here in Southern Nevada. But the shortage declaration of this past year, what it does, it exemplifies the need to continue water conservation here in our community.
Thankfully, the Las Vegas Valley Water District and Southern Nevada Water Authority already have a lot of water conservation tools in their toolbox.
Everything that touches a drain gets returned to Lake Mead and allows us to extend beyond our Colorado River allocation. We're one of the few communities in the country that lives right on our water source, and we return all of that water that we use indoors to that water source.
This accounts for 40% of their water usage. However, because 60% of their water usage occurs outdoors, there is still room for improvement.
One of the new steps that we are taking is beginning in 2026, 2027, you will no longer be able to utilize Colorado River to water ornamental turf. We have turf grass here in the valley that nobody uses for recreational purposes. The only people who step foot on that grass are the people who mow it. And that, removing that 5,000 acres of grass here in Southern Nevada will save us about 9.5 billion gallons of water each year. That's about 12% of our annual water use. By comparison, the Las Vegas Strip and the resorts here in our community only consumptively use about 4% of that water. So the removal of that grass is extremely important to us here in Southern Nevada. Grass is our biggest water user.
Living in the desert Southwest doesn't mean that you can't have greenery in your yard. In fact, these homeowners joined the Water Smart Landscape program, and all they needed? Artificial turf and drought-tolerant plants.
Through the program, approved participants not only initially receive $3 per square foot of turf grass put in, but they also enjoy a lower monthly water bill due to less home water usage.
The financial benefit was nice, but that wasn't the whole reason. We wanted our house to still look aesthetically the way we wanted it to be, pleasing to our eye, to the plants that we had put in, but we wanted to conserve water. We think it was very important to show our neighborhood, show that we care about our water usage, and we're sensitive about that. We've seen Lake Mead drop tremendously in volume, and that's a lot of our water source. So we thought we need to contribute to saving some water.
Since the start of the Water Smart Landscapes program in 1999, 200 million square feet of grass in the Las Vegas Valley has already been removed, saving billions of gallons of water. However, where natural grass remains, water waste still occurs. But thanks to the Las Vegas Valley Water Waste investigators, it does not go unnoticed.
Possible one or more spray heads may be broken and causing runoff.
As I learned during a morning ride-along, this is something water waste investigators take seriously.
If they have not received a warning, then they'll receive that first warning. They obviously wouldn't get a fine right there. Depending on the violation, they get 2 weeks or a week to fix it. If it's excessive runoff or watering on a non-assigned day, for example, they have 2 weeks to fix that. If it's something that's malfunctioning, like a broken sprinkler head, irrigation system leak, stuck irrigation valve, anything like that, that would take 1 week to fix. We'll return. If the issue has not been corrected by the time we come back, then that could result in a fine.
Over the years, the Las Vegas Valley has adapted, and they now have a greater appreciation for this precious resource. Everyone can help conserve water, even by just making small changes at home.
If you live in a community where you don't recycle your indoor water use, then take shorter showers. Then turn the water off while you're brushing your teeth. Check that toilet flapper in your bathroom to make sure it's not degrading, and make sure you have aerators on your sink faucet.
For more indoor and outdoor water conservation tips that you can implement in your community, visit www.snwa.com.
Wow, Cheryl. Well, first of all, welcome back to the show. And secondly, great job. I can see the importance that saving water is for a lot of people in the country.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Cheryl, I'm always so impressed because you go out of your way to go get these grants and cover these stories that are so important. I just think that's really excellent journalism on your part.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are the best. It was really eye-opening to go out there to Las Vegas and see all this stuff firsthand. And to find out more information and how you can conserve water at home, just visit snwa.com. But next, coming up on Main Street Living, if you feel tired all the time, you don't want to miss our next segment. We'll explore why you might not be getting a good night's sleep.